Alright, welcome to the first episode of a new YouTube series. It's going to be boiling the ocean. It's a term that we typically use in business or shipbuilding in particular, trying to take on too much at once. So this is a series for those of you who may think that you don't have the space, you don't have the time, you don't have the energy or the funds to eat well. So I live on a boat, and so I don't have a lot of room. So most of these YouTube channels you see, there's beautiful, big, bright kitchens. Seems like the people on there have all the time in the world to do nothing but cooking, and a lot of times they'll use some exotic ingredients. So if you follow them, they're doing a little something different every time. But this is just me sharing my own experience, what I eat, and how I have kind of embraced the smaller lifestyle. I did, prior to this, live in a very large home with a large kitchen, so I can completely relate to everyone who does. But over the past, let's say 9 or 10 months, I've gone from a very large house to living on a tiny boat, and I'm excited to share with you those changes that I've gone through. So this is it. We are going to embrace the imperfect here. We're not going for perfection. This is my primary living space. This is it. This is all I have. So real quick, we'll start over here. This is my 3-burner cooktop. It's actually not a full size, despite what it may seem. So those are very small, so unless you have teeny tiny pots and pans, you're only going to be able to use 1 burner at a time. Guess which one I use. And then the tiniest little oven you've ever seen. As you can see here, I'm prepping some grapes. I enjoy doing frozen grapes, so I'll wash these, put them in here, give a good spritz of lime, and then I'll use some kind of sugar-free drink flavoring. I'll put in there, shake them around, put them in the freezer, and they're very good on a warm day. So a lot of this, I'll just give a brief overview of what we have, what I'm working with, so that if you want to follow along with some of these recipes or the way that I eat, that you'll have the same kind of baseline that I do. So we'll start with acorn squash and sweet potato. My dirty dishes from breakfast and lunch this morning are optional. You don't have to have those. So my Keurig and Nespresso machine all in one. Love it. So we have avocado oil, tahine. It's very good on a lot of fruits that I have. George Dickel, we'll get to that in a little bit, but I do have, I don't deprive myself of a lot of the things that I enjoy in life, but again, it's one of those, you do it in moderation. Yes, I do eat canola oil. I don't eat it, but I use it in cooking. Some pasta sauce, sugar-free syrup, which we'll get to a little bit more in a little bit, some avocado spray, peach preserves. A lot of the items you'll see, I have gone with the sugar-free route. If I don't have a noticeable difference in flavor, I will typically tend to use the sugar-free stuff, whether it's pre-sweetened with something else. I do also use monk fruit. So this is a partially used monk fruit packet. One of these packets will last me several days, just sweetening various things. So we have different beans. I have rutabagas. I have sweet corn, sugar-free chocolate syrup. This is micronized creatine. and some PB2. Brand new to the family. Just picked up a hand mixer today and mixing bowl. Like I said, I've been living in here for 9, almost 10 months now, and I've never had a mixer. And I'm wanting to try out a couple of different recipes. So I got the teeniest, cutest little griddle. So go up top, just your standard small, I think it's a 700 watt microwave. The protein chips, sweet chili is my favorite flavor, but you can use whatever flavor that you like. You can use regular chips. This is one instance where if I had regular chips, I really enjoy chips. I would just sit down and eat chips and salsa all the time. So this helps with my chip cravings whenever I get them. Also high in protein, but I don't find myself reaching for those for these just whenever I feel like I'm hungry. So this will typically be paired with a meal of some sort. Have the Smart Pop mini bags. So 100 calories a piece. This is kettle corn, but I also like to put on a little bit of white cheddar. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. So you can see the nutritional facts, not very terrible on there. It's whey based, so you're not getting a lot of benefit out of it, but it's a lot better than eating a bag of super buttery popcorn by yourself. Bread flour. So bread flour does have a higher protein content. I am not gluten intolerant. So I do prefer the texture and the flavor of an unbleached bread flour. Another one of my guilty vices is homemade focaccia bread. So I will actually make focaccia here on the boat. So move around to my beverage station. See, these are Topo Chicos. They're pretty sweet. Good on a hot day, but 2 grams of sugar a piece, so not super terrible. Sugar-free Red Bulls. I have some Diet Cokes. I typically drink Coke Zeros, but got some small cans there. Premier Protein. So these are some of my favorite go-tos if it's just a grab and go. 160 calories, got a lot of vitamins, minerals in there, 30 grams of protein. So this will typically be the start of my day. I'll wake up and usually within 15 or 20 minutes I'll house one of these. So it's 30 grams straight to the face right off the rip. So a good start on the day. And then to my beautiful Nespresso that we have here. I will add the caramel, about half a container, and so I'll have one of these right at the beginning of the day. After my shower and my normal typical morning routine, I'll have a small meal, usually a couple of eggs, or we'll get into some more options as the series progresses, but and then up until lunchtime I'll have half of a Premier Protein mixed in with my coffee. So that right off the rip, you're talking 45 grams of protein plus whatever I had for breakfast, and all of that before noon. Again, very small space. So this is where you would normally your below decks drive the boat from, but also because I'm in a boat lift right now, I have an apartment style air conditioner. It's in my little recording studio, so a couple of guitars, guitar amp. This is my home office, so a couple of laptops, computer screens, also my hangout, and part of my pantry right here. So I normally have this piece of wood that sits on top of the stove, and then everything else is just kind of like piled up here. But we'll go through this. These are little storage containers. I like these because the sides, you can see that the sides are a little bit more square than normal, so you can fit a lot of food in kind of a smaller area. But these are pretty shallow, so you can fit a small piece of steak or a couple of chicken cutlets and some vegetables in here. If you want to do Greek yogurt and berries, you can do that in here as well. So very space saving, and also whenever you're doing your meal prep, you're also able to exercise portion control as you're making it. So I have bran flakes. I have they call this Ezekiel cereal, but it's effectively got like grape nuts. I have some citrus, tomatoes, onion, mango, tiny red potatoes. I do like these keto burger buns. I'll typically use these instead of regular bread. I just like the I like the taste. I like the texture. I like how sizable, kind of fluffy that they are. And these ones, 60 calories a piece. Ton of fiber, so you're looking at 54% of your daily fiber, 9 grams of protein. The only thing you have to really be cautious on these is your sodium. So you're at 330 milligrams per bun. So I know a lot of people that that eat similarly to me, they'll eat 2 or 3 of these. So if you're not careful, you're hitting almost a gram of sodium just from the buns alone. So something to watch out for. They do make other versions that I don't like the flavor or the texture as much, but they do have less sodium in them. Bananas and avocados, or whenever I'm feeling funny, I might call them avocados, and some jalapenos, and then various energy gels for my runs. Bebop down to my lower pantry. So I do like cornbread, so I'll do the corn muffin mix. I'll mix a couple of things in there, whether it be rosemary or jalapenos, or even some sweet corn kernels. So I have tortillas and turkey pepperonis. We'll get to those in another video. Always have to have your raw honey. I like Cajun fish breading, but you can make your own, probably cheaper. We have our sriracha, bunch of different spices. So I have apple pie filling. So this one isn't the sugar-free, it's the no sugar added. I tried the sugar-free, I did not like it. The no sugar added, it's good enough, but I like to have this on top of a Biscoff cookie, which sometimes it's with, sometimes it's without. And to let you know how rarely I eat them, here's my little stash. And I only have the Biscoff cookies that I collect whenever I fly, and they offer them on a plane. So I don't actually go out and buy them. That's kind of one of my weird ways of kind of limiting my intake there. Pineapple slices. I love pineapple. You got to be careful though, because a lot of them will have added sugar. So this is the no sugar added. So if you look at both of these, I believe they have probably 30 to 35 grams of sugar in each of them. So realize if you're looking at a can of Coke, is probably I don't know, last I checked, for a full sugar one is probably somewhere between 50 and 60 grams. So this is going to be about the same sugar content as half of a can of Coke. So if you do decide to go this route, definitely don't beat yourself up over it. You have this, this is 20 ounces. Yeah, a 20 ounce can, 7 servings per, and 5 grams of total sugar. So you're looking at 35-ish grams of sugar for this whole 20 ounce can. And I don't need a 20-ounce can in one sitting. So again, you know, just something for consideration. What speaks to your soul? I do have canned pumpkin, cocoa powder, cornstarch, baking soda, baking powder, you know, the usual condiments. I did earlier today make my own peanut butter. So what I'll do is use the PB2, and then I'll take the sugar-free maple syrup, and I'll mix them together. I like my peanut butter just a little bit runnier than the most that you get off the shelf. But this is a way that you can kind of control you know, your own texture, your own flavor. You see peeking through there some ramen noodles. Yeah, I eat ramen noodles too. It's not very often, but I do. All right, time for a fridge check. So teeny tiny fridge. This is a little bit larger than a dormitory size. But so pop this open. We have diet ginger beer. Goes really well with the that George Dickel that we talked about. A little bit of lime, and you're in for a good time. Coke Zeros. We have the garlic. I love feta stuffed olives. We have cooked shrimp, and that's for my first mate, Cecil. Hi. Say hello. So this is Cecil. I'm sure we're gonna see a lot of Cecil. Regular mayo and light mayo, and then anytime I have rice and vegetables, I usually put more than I should of this coconut liquid aminos. I love the way that stuff tastes. So we have our fat-free plain Greek yogurt, our Premier Proteins, as we discussed before, and in the back behind here we have sugar-free strawberry preserves. So I'll use that on banana splits, or I'll use those for PBJs. Have whole eggs, fat-free cottage cheese. I have cartoned eggs, which if you look at the ingredients on there, they're mostly egg whites. So just something kind of neat to check out. I have orange juice. I have almond milk, and so I do the unflavored and unsweetened almond milk typically. I do have one ribeye steak there in the little blue container, some pre-chopped vegetables. And this is another sweet potato that I've half destroyed already. Some very, very good stuff here. If you are from North Alabama, you know what this is about. That's our Alabama white sauce. Best thing on some chicken. Pasta sauce and salsa, and then I have a couple of different types of various peppers in the back. Moving down to here. This is a pre-made container that I have of spaghetti squash, some grilled onions, some seasoned turkey, and then I put a lot of the fat-free mozzarella, and then top it with some red sauce, and we're good to go. So I have strawberries, blueberries. I like the spicy kimchi. For that gut health, but I love the way that the spicy one tastes. Have lean ground beef. This is some Supreme made turkey chili that I'm sure we'll see in another episode. We have some chicken breast, and then we have some, I believe that's 93.7 turkey. Here, so shut the door. Oh, forgot about the pull-out drawer. So we have salted butter, keep cilantro, and lettuce on hand. These are reduced fat string cheese. I tried the fat-free string cheese, did not like them. So reduced fat, kind of the way to go there. And I buy this stuff by the armload. So fat-free mozzarella, you look at the back, quarter cup, 45 calories, no fat, Again, got to watch your sodium on these, but 9 grams of protein in one of these. So I consume my weight in that down to the freezer. And we're on the home stretch. Keep a lot of ice on hand. Original Cool Whip. So I use this typically in place of ice cream. So I keep this in the freezer, and if I want to have a banana split, I will often use Cool Whip instead of ice cream. A pre-made crawfish etouffee. I love seafood. I love crawfish. It's an unhealthy, kind of guilty pleasure. I'm afraid to look at the nutritional facts on there, but that's whenever I just really want to have a cheat meal. That's what I'll reach for. Have some macarons in the background. Let's see, we have beef liver. I personally am not a fan of organ meat whatsoever, but there are many health benefits to liver. I've tried all different types of livers, and this calf liver is kind of what I landed on as far as what I like as far as flavor and getting the benefits from the liver. And 3 of those fat-free mozzarellas, and then I have some fish. I can't remember what kind. What are these? Whiting fish. And that is it. So if you want to follow along with me, this is the baseline of what we're going to be working with for the next little bit at least. We'll see you in the next video.